cheese again? I'm tired of bringing my own lunch to school.
Yeah, I wish we'd get our old lunch lady back. No one wants to eat Coach's milk steaks anymore.
I'm scared of Coach. He makes me climb the rope in gym class.
Hey, Stacy. What's wrong with you?
Well, I was asked to be Mr. Periwinkle's teacher's assistant.
What? Oh, that's awesome. That's what you've been dreaming to do all year. Be a teacher's assistant.
Well, I've really been working hard and trying to do my best, but Mr. Periwinkle keeps getting on to me and criticizing me for stuff.
Like what?
He got on to me for writing on the right side of the board.
What? He does that all the time.
All right, students, let's everyone pay attention to what I'm writing on the right-hand side of the board.
What? Why would he get mad for something he does all the time?
I don't know, but that wasn't it. Later, he got on to me because I brought my own lunch instead of eating Coach's milk steaks.
What? He brings his own lunch all the time.
Yeah, he never eats in here.
Okay, class, so it's dinosaurs, and we're talking about the largest of the dinosaurs, and has the biggest teeth.
Yeah, and today he got mad at me because I wanted to take a bathroom break.
What? He took 3 bathroom breaks today.
Students, there is absolutely no time for bathroom breaks.
Oh, I gotta go. Oh, gotta go. Oh, I gotta go.
I can't believe he's doing that. He's judging you for a bunch of things that he does. And does even worse. That's not fair.
I know it.
I hate
I hate milk steaks.
I wish someone would shove a milk steak down.
The kids are right. The teacher is doing something called judging. He's getting upset with Stacy for doing things that he considers wrong, but obviously doesn't realize that he is doing also. The Bible teaches us that we are not supposed to judge others. Each of us have enough problems on our own. We are supposed to focus on trying to fix our own problems, not point out the problems of others. Jesus asked a big question about this one time. He asked, "Why worry about a speck in your friend's eye when you have a log in your own?" In other words, don't worry about other people's sin when you have enough of your own sin to worry about. In your lesson today, you're going to learn the importance of not judging others. Through the parable of the Pharisee and the tax collector, you're going to see that there is no place for judging in the life of a Christian. My name is Kayla, and I will see you next time when we study more of Jesus' questions.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to the Bible Story Corner. I'm the Bible Story Lady with a Bible. I hope you have yours with you. Great. I can't wait to get into today's lesson. So, today we're going to talk about a story in the Bible from the book of Luke, chapter 18. And actually, Jesus tells this story. It's about 2 men who went to the temple to pray. So let's see. One man was a religious leader called a Pharisee. Now, Pharisees were the ones who studied the scriptures and taught others in the temple. And the other man who came to the temple to pray was a tax collector. The Pharisee stood up and made a big show out of his prayer. He said, "Oh God, I thank you that I am not like others, those sinners, especially like that tax collector over there. For I never cheat, I don't lie, I don't steal, I fast twice a week, and I give you 1/10 of my income." Well, this Pharisee was all about comparing himself to others. As a matter of fact, though, he took one look at the tax collector and decided that he knew everything that the tax collector had done wrong. As far as we know from the story, though, the Pharisee had never even met the tax collector. Yet, he still was certain that the tax collector was a liar and a thief. He was judging the tax collector in a very bad way. He was more focused on the tax collector's sins than he was on his own. So the tax collector's prayer was quite different, though. He was not a religious leader at all. In fact, he knew that he was a sinful man. He prayed a very different prayer than the Pharisee. He prayed a simple prayer quietly before God. He said, "Lord, please have mercy on me. I am a sinner and I need your help." Wow, that was a good Bible story. I think it's time for a power verse.
Oh, hey kids, Coach here. As you can tell, I'm a little down in the dumps. I'll tell you why, this experience has been amazing in the kitchen, so I thought I'd do something I never did. Cook a cake. But it's a little harder than it sounds. You see, instead of putting eggs in the recipe, Coach accidentally put refried beans. So all the kids were really extra. Well, let's just say the nurse had to run out and pick up some more Pepto-Bismol. But that's not going to stop us from learning our power verse today. Maybe that will help me feel a little bit better because I'm feeling pretty judged. So let's learn it today. The power verse today says this: "Do not judge others, and you will not be judged." Matthew 7:1. Now this time I want all the boys to stand up and say the power verse together on the count of 3. All right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. "Do not judge others, and you will not be judged." Matthew 7:1. Great job, boys. You can have a seat. Now it's time for the girls. Girls, on the count of 3, stand up and say the power verse. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. "Do not judge others, and you will not be judged." Matthew 7:1. Great job, girls. You can have a seat. Now this power verse is making Coach think that sometimes I can be pretty judgmental on those little first graders. I want them to hit their vertical leap to 10 feet. That's kind of crazy though. And I just got to remember that we're not supposed to judge each other because God is always working on us every single day. We need to just love everybody, right? So let's do our power verse one more time, but this time everybody together and with our physical challenge. All right, everybody, on the count of 3, you're going to stand up, do your power verse, and pat your belly and rub your head. Ready? 1, 2, 3. "Do not judge others, and you will not be judged." Matthew 7:1. Great job, guys. You're good patters and eaters. Listen, I'm going to go grab some barbecue sauce and try my cake again. I'll see you next week.
So, did you notice a difference between the two men? You know, God rejected the prayer of the Pharisee, but he answered the prayer of the tax collector. So why do you think God rejected the prayer of the Pharisee? Well, God rejected the prayer of the Pharisee because his heart was not right. He was pretending to be so perfect. And he was so focused on the tax collector that he didn't even confess his own sins to God. That is not how we should be. So you're going to learn the importance of having an attitude like the tax collector than the Pharisee. We must not judge others because God is our only judge.
Okay, so you see, class, it's all about that Speck thing going on. I'm just saying.
Whoa!
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, "No one questions the Inquisitor."
Wrong! I was going to say, no one questions. Alright, you got me. No matter. Once again, though, I am here to pulpify your brain with the kookiest questions this side of Cucamonga. Now, grab some loose leaf paper and a number 2 pencil because you're about to get schooled!
Excuse me?
I read that somewhere. Anyway, let the inquisiting begin! Ha 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 ha! Why do squirrels always look nervous? If Cinderella went to the ball in a watermelon instead of a pumpkin, what would have happened? Are tubas just overweight trumpets?
Well, technically trumpets can't eat food.
What is the square root of a pineapple? Do jellyfish come in different flavors? And why are cowboys so obsessed with wiener dogs?
Cowboys don't have wiener dogs.
But they're always saying, get along, little doggy.
Oh, good grief. Okay, look, Inquisitor, we don't have time for this silliness right now. We need to get on with our lesson. Today we're learning about the question that says, why worry about a speck in your neighbor's eye when you have a log in your own eye?
Are you for real? That's a question that Jesus asked?
Yes, it is. Why is it so funny?
It's just so random. I mean, who in the world would have a log in their eye? The world's clumsiest lumberjack? Oh, that is a good, silly question. I have to remember that for later. Thank you.
Okay, that's not what the question is about at all. Jesus was actually talking about judging others.
Oh, I was a judge once in a pie eating contest. I ate all of the pies, and the contestants threw me out of the carnival. But it was the most wonderful birthday I ever had.
Okay, I don't know what all of that was. But I'm not talking about judging as in judging a contest. I'm talking about judging others. As in when you decide somebody is holy based on your opinion.
I see. Well, some people might be right though. What is wrong with stating your opinion?
Because it's not our place. God is the only judge there needs to be. And all he wants us to do is to love others.
All right. So what does this have to do with a log getting jammed in my eye?
So Jesus was saying to not worry about the sin of others when you yourself have sin. We also need to remember that God is still working in other people's lives and our own lives.
Okay, so what you're saying is that we should stop judging other people and let God take care of it. And let God work on us instead, right?
Exactly.
Zounds, my brain is all aflutter. Now I must scuttle behind the scenes where I might seriously consider these curious conundrums.
Wait, what does that mean?
Well, I'm gonna go off and think about it for a little while. But before I go, I have one more question for you. Beware. Do people actually get old, or do they wrinkle up if you leave them out in the sun too long? Like grapes turning into raisins.
Say what?
Alright. No one questions the Inquisitor!
Alright, kids. Well, we're done for today's lesson, but you gotta go on to your second period now because you really need to learn more about this situation. Okay, on to the next.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to second period. Now, we're learning all about judging others today and all of that kind of stuff. So, I have a special treat for you. I invited someone over here to come visit with us today. Would you like to meet him? Cool. I would like to introduce you to Judge Jones. Now, Judge Jones is not an official judge that works at a courthouse. Nope. She is actually a Christian who spends her time judging others. Let's see what she has to say. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Judge Jones, and it is my duty to judge others. Well, technically, I would consider it a talent more than a duty, really. I can look at somebody and know everything that is wrong with them. For instance, did you see that woman walking in church today with the big flowered hat on? I bet you she spent a fortune on that hat. And so now she is not going to put any money in the tithe basket because she has no money left over from buying that huge hat. Can you believe it? I mean, technically she's stealing from God by not tithing. And what about that boy that was here last week with the black jacket on? He didn't look very trustworthy at all. He actually looks like he gets into a lot of trouble. And I can tell by how dirty he was that he does not care about church. Oh, and I see that he is not even here this week, which means he's probably out sinning somewhere. And what about all of you guys? Some of you didn't even bring your Bibles to church today. Why? How could you? It's obvious you people don't love God as much as I do. Because you see, my Bible goes with me everywhere I go. Because I am holy and you obviously are not. Hold on just a second. I think we heard just about enough stuff from you, Judge Jones. All you're doing is focusing on other people and their issues. Have you ever thought about your own life? Have you ever thought about stop looking at other people and start looking at yourself? Me? Why talk about me? I mean, with all of these other sinful people around, why look at me? I am holy. Really? You know, Jesus asked a very important question today. And he asked, why worry about a speck in your friend's eye when you have a log in your own? I think it's time for you to go. Well, I never. You're probably just as bad a sinner as them. Goodbye. Wow, kids. I mean, that person demonstrated an attitude that Jesus warned us about. And he said, do not judge others. Now, what does it mean to judge someone else? Well, judging others is when you decide whether they are holy based on your own opinion. When you see someone who dresses a certain way, or maybe wears their hair a certain way, or is just different from you, and you look at that person and say, they must not love Jesus, that's called judging. That is not our place. We are not to look at other people and decide whether they are holy or not. We are not the judge. God is the only judge. So God is the only one who knows the hearts of people, not us. He is the only one who knows whether a person is holy or not. But one day, we are all going to stand before him and answer to everything that we did here on earth. And that is when we will all be judged. But until then, there should be no judging going on, especially with us. So instead of judging others, what should we do? I must never forget that God is working on others and me. Until we get to heaven, we will never be perfect. No one will. And that is why Jesus says, why worry about the speck in your friend's eye? That is not our place to worry about them and their issues. Instead, all we have to do is love them and help them and pray for them. God is still working on them. He is still changing them. He is still helping them grow. And do you know what? He is doing the same thing for you. So, let's not judge others. Take it away, Skittles.
What's up? What's up?
Ah yeah, what's up everybody? It's me, the S-K-I to the double T-L-E-S, Skittles in the hizzy, and I'm ready to tell you what's up. Today, we are talking about another big question that Jesus asked. So every time today that somebody asks you, what's up? You tell them, I will not be the judge of others. Some people try to be the judge of other people. Order in the court, order in the court. Rise for the honorable Judge Skittles. No, man, that ain't right. We ain't called to be the judge of other people and try to figure out what they doing wrong. We gotta look at ourselves and confess our own sins. Let God deal with other people. We ain't the judge. So anytime that somebody asks you, what's up? You tell them, I will not be the judge of others. And that's what's up. I got a rainbow of flavor, and I'm living for my Savior. Skittles out. Bang, bang, yeah.